Hey guys, this is Danny with Patrick Adair Designs. Today we're going to be making a really special ring. This ring is going to be combining our Obsidian Finish and our Stardust Glowstone mix. These two combined are going to create a really cool effect where we have our classic glowstone look with our Obsidian Finish that we put on our Meteorite or carbon fiber, and together they look really cool. I'm really excited about this ring and I hope you guys like it. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first step today is going to be to make our mix. We're going to be doing that by taking some of our moonstone shards, some of our azure blue opal, and some shavings from our slabs of Moana and Alusta Meteorite. After we've added our crushed opal and our moonstone, we're going to add some of our meteorite shavings. We're adding a bit more of the meteorite shavings than we do of the other two materials, and then we're going to add our aqua glow powder. And we're going to bring all the boys to the yard and give that mix a nice shake. All right, now that I'm happy with how this mix is looking, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the ring on the ring mandrel. I always put on a piece of electrical tape just to make sure that if I do glue the ring to the mandrel, I can remove it fairly easily and still clean up the ring fairly easily as well. Our first step in assembling our ring today is going to be adding a layer of our medium CA adhesive over the entire ring blank. As we do that, we're just making sure to take the glue all the way to the edge. We want to ensure that the entire ring blank has good coverage and there isn't anywhere that the ring band is showing. Once I've covered the entire ring band with our medium CA adhesive, I'm going to go ahead and just pour some of the Stardust mixture over the entire ring. We're just making sure that we have nice even coverage and that we cover anywhere that the ring band is showing. The next step in the process is to use our super thin CA adhesive to saturate that last layer and then add another layer of our mixture on top of that. We're going to slowly build up this ring until we have a really nice domed shape to work with. So I'm focusing mostly on the center, but I want to make sure that I build up the edges as well so that when we do the obsidian finish, we have plenty of stuff to sand down and give it that cool domed obsidian finish. Once I'm happy with how much Stardust mix is on there, I do one final pass over the ring with some of the super thin CA adhesive, and then I spray it with Accelerator to start that curing process. After I spray it with Accelerator, I go ahead and just let it sit for probably 10 minutes. And then I actually decided to add a few layers of super thin CA adhesive because I realized that after I add the Obsidian Finish, it's going to be really hard to fill any holes that were left by the sanding process. So I do a couple layers of the super thin CA adhesive just to fill in any cracks that are left in the ring. After those layers of super thin have been allowed to cure, I'm going to go ahead and actually sand the edges of the ring. we're going to start with a 220 and work our way up to 1000 grit sandpaper. We're really just doing this to make sure that the edge is really nice and crisp and that we don't have any stardust mix built up on the edge of our ring band. And it just allows us to get a nice shiny finish on the edges as well. Once I'm happy with how the edges look, I take it to the belt sander. So on this step, this is where I add the Obsidian Finish and finish the entire ring actually. So my first step is I'm gonna have the platform relatively flat, and I'm gonna go all the way around the ring, sanding a flat edge onto the top of the ring. After I'm happy with the bevels that I added there, we're going to drop the belt sander's angle a little bit more, and we're going to add some more bevels that alternate with the ones that we previously did. So that we're going to have a bevel that's at one angle and the next spot is a little bit of a steeper angle, and we're just going to make sure that we create some really nice bevels and faces on this ring. After I'm happy with the amount of bevels and faces that this ring has, we're going to drop the belt sander to a really steep angle so that I can finish off any high points or any sections that still have a raw, unfinished look. And the belt that we're using on the belt sander is a high enough grit that when we polish this ring, we're still going to be able to get a nice high gloss finish. I think it's a 500 grit belt. So it's not going to be a perfect finish, but it allows us to get a really nice polish on it still. So it's cool that we can create the Obsidian Finish and still get a good polish on the ring. My final step today is to polish the ring. So we're going to take our polishing wheel and just slowly go around the ring, making sure that I hit each and every bevel so that the whole ring has a really nice polished look. Now that we're done with our polishing, let's just take a look at this beauty. This thing is so fun to look at. I love how as you rotate it around, the light catches the different bevels and angles, and you get this really cool effect where it's always shimmering. It almost looks like there's glitter or something in there because something is always catching the light no matter how you're holding it. I really love this look. I think it's a really cool way to create a glowstone ring that has these sharp edges and bevels but still glows really well and has some nice exotic materials in it. And I think the Stardust was a perfect ring to start with for this design. I honestly think this looks amazing, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. Remember to like and subscribe, and thanks again for watching.